All right, for today's task, we are going to try to find 5 different rectangles that have a perimeter of 40 units. In order for us to do that, we need to come up with a strategy, okay? First thing is you want to make sure that you give yourself a visual of that rectangle, knowing that this side length is going to be equal to this side length, and this side over here is going to be equal over here. So if we were to call this x, which is an unknown number, then this side would also be x. And then we could call this side y. This side would also be y. So that if we actually add x plus y, we'll get an answer of 40. Now, I'm going to take out the letters just not to confuse you, because we're going to actually start replacing it with some numbers. Okay? Now, we want to think about the number 40. The easiest way to figure this out, okay, simply because what we have here is doubled, and what we have here is doubled, is to take the number that you're given, in this case we're given 40, and divide it by 2. So think about what 40 is divided by 2. Hopefully you told me it was 20, okay? So if you take 40 and divide it by 2, you get 20. But we certainly can't do a length of 20 and a length of 20 over here, because that would be equal to 40, and we have to have a number that represents it that's going to be greater than 0. So it can't be 20. But what we can do is we can start with minus 1 from 20 and actually start with the number 19. Now, if you think 19 plus 19 gives you 38, and then each of these side lengths could be equal to 1. So we could have a length of 19 and a width of 1, okay? Now, you should start to notice a pattern here, because we started with 19, and if you add 19 plus 1 plus 1, you're going to get that answer of 40. So now, could we somehow take another one away and make that 18? And could we make our length now equal to 18? If we make our length equal to 18, 18 plus 18 is 36. That leaves us with 4. And if we divide 4 in half, we would get 2 and 2. So we could have a length of 18 and a width of 2. So that we would have 18 and 18 and 2 and 2. And that, my friends, would be equal to 40. Now, you should start to notice that pattern I was mentioning. 19, 18, 1, 2. So what could be the next possible numbers? Okay, the next possible numbers is just going to continue that pattern. And if we continue to take 1 away from half, okay, we then get 17. Okay, so then we could have a length 17 here and here. 17 plus 17 is equal to 34. And then each side over here could be 3 and 3 to get 6. So if you add 17 plus 17 plus 3 plus 3, you'll get 40. So then here would be the number 3. Oh, so as I was saying, if you go down 1 each time, and you're going up 1 for the width. So you're going down 1 for the length, and you're going up 1 for the width. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to take a guess that this would then be the number 16, and this would then be the number 4. Well, let's see if that would work for our perimeter of 40 units. If I drew my rectangle over here, and I had 16, 16, 4, and 4, does 16 plus 4 equal 40? Well, 16 plus 16 is 32, plus 4 is 36, plus 4 is 40. So it works. So if our length is going down by 1 and our width is going up by 1, what's going to be the next length and the next width of a rectangle with a perimeter of 40? Yes, hopefully you said it would be 15 and 5. So again, let's check our work to see if it works. Would you do a rectangle and do 15 and 5, okay, 15 for the length and 5 for the width, and if we add 15 plus 15, we get 30, and then we add 5, we get 35, and then we add 5 again, and we get 40. So the strategy works. So friends, this should work really for any given perimeter. If you can take that number and divide it in half, then you can come up with a strategy where you will find a whole lot of different scenarios for the length and the width. Okay, so what's going to be the next one if we go down? Okay, you should be able to start filling in your entire chart here. Okay, so that this would be a length of 14 and a width of 6, a length of 3 and a width of 7, a length of 12 and a width of 8, a length of, what's here, a length of 11 and a width of 9, right? A length of 10 and a width of 10. Keep going down and you'll see. Now you will get to a point eventually where these numbers will flip-flop, and in that case you may not need those extra ones. But these are certainly all the different ways that you can get a perimeter of 40 simply by using the pattern of going down 1 and going up 1. But you have to keep in mind that the very first thing you have to do is figure out what your unit is, what your perimeter is, divide it in half and subtract 1. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that for another example in just a bit. So if I were to actually draw these 5 different rectangles, I can pick any of these that I want. Okay, I have to draw 5 rectangles to represent that, and I can pick whatever 5 I want. So I'm going to start with, let's see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to do 15 and 5 right there. Okay, so if I'm doing a length of 15, you know that your length of 15 is going to look like so, going across. Okay, that's all the way across is 15. And then you're going to go down 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, I'm only looking at the outside because we're talking about the perimeter. When we talk about area, we'll be talking about the inside. But the perimeter is the outside. Okay, so this right here would be a 15 going this way, 15 going this way, 5 going this way, and 5 going that way. And when you add them all together, 15 plus 15 plus 5 plus 5, you get 40 as your perimeter. Okay, so now I used 15 and 5, so I'm going to circle it and I'm going to highlight it because I chose that one. Now I can choose any of these other possible perimeters to create rectangles with. It just really depends on what you like. I'm going to probably choose some of these down here simply because I could have rectangles that overlap. We could do that because going this way we have more. So I could potentially do that actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So in this case, they're going to overlap. If I choose 19 and 1, like this, they're going to overlap. But it's still going to give me a perimeter. And remember, the perimeter is the outside of the figure. Okay? It's still going to give me a perimeter of 19 and 1. If I did that. And I can highlight that so you can see how that would be 19 and 1. So in that case, it's going to be 19 over here, okay, plus that 19. And when I'm saying 19, I'm talking that's a length of 19, that's a length of 19. This is a width of 1 and a width of 1. So if you did 19 plus 19 plus 1 plus 1, you would get a total of 40, okay? Now, I was asked to draw 5 different rectangles. So I still need to choose 2 more. I have a whole list here of all different ways to get a perimeter of 40, but I had to choose 3 more, excuse me, because we had to have a total of 5. So how about if we do 10 and 10? So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 going this way, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10 going all the way around. So in this case, we are actually making what is called a perfect square, okay? And we would have the perimeter of 10 all the way around. And when we add 10, 10, plus 10, plus 10, we get a total of 40. And highlight that in a different color here. So I'm now using something a little bit different. There we go, highlighting that one in orange. My orange marker is kind of going out, but I'm going to circle that over here because that's the third one that I chose. Now I'm going to choose 2 more, and whatever other 2 I choose will be fine. I do have more graph paper in the back of my book that I can use, so I could just go ahead and create some more rectangles like so with the grid paper that I have in the back. And in that case, I would want to choose, okay, let's say I want to do 11 and 9. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side. So we've got 11 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 this way and 9 this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And again, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 9 across. So we had 11 and 9. Okay, so we had 11, 9, 11, 9, 11 plus 11 plus 9 plus 9 should be equal to 40. Okay, so that is another one. Highlight it in yellow. I'm running out of different colors. But again, I'm only highlighting the exterior because with perimeter, we're only talking about the exterior. So I did 11 and 9. And now I have one more that I need to do that will have a perimeter of 40. And with that perimeter of 40, where did my paper go? Oops, where did my, oh, there it is. I'm going to do, let's see here, how about 12 and 8? I could do my rectangles however I want. I could do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we want to make it so that we can, whatever we choose, we have enough of the squares that are there, and you have plenty of that graph paper in the back to do that. So let's try it this way then. 12 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that's 8 over this way. Okay. 8's going to be that way. And then 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that's going to stop right up there. Okay. So this side length is 12. That's 8. And then this is 8. And this is 12. I'll highlight that in pink. I have 12. Whoops. I made a boo-boo. I'm going to fix that. Hopefully some of you saw that I made that boo-boo. And that is that this should be the 8 because this side is equal to that side. And this should be the 12. Okay. And then if we add 12 plus 12 plus 8 plus 8, we get a total of 40. Okay. So when we're looking at it, we have our 5 different rectangles. We made our chart, okay, using our strategy. Then we created all different rectangles. They all look a lot different, but they all have the same perimeter. And the perimeter, my friends, is the outside length of the rectangle. Okay, now it is your turn to try this same activity. So it's going to be a little bit less for you because your numbers aren't quite that big. You, my friends, are going to work on the same thing with perimeter possibilities, which is right here where it asks you to draw 5 different rectangles, the perimeter of 20, and then 5 different rectangles with a perimeter of 30. And the grid is smaller. If you run out of space inside of your math notebook, you have extra grids here at the back, the centimeter grid paper, and that's why you have those papers. Okay? All right.